I'd like to tell you about my new Basic Dollmaking online tutorial. It's designed for beginning to intermediate doll makers who are interested in realistic cloth dolls. This Basic Dollmaking tutorial uses a very easy pattern for a 4 to 5-year-old child. The doll is about 10 inches or 25 centimeters tall and can be a boy or a girl or neither and have wings or a fishtail. It uses my easy modular technique for full posing. This doll is so simple that a first-time doll maker can make it easily and successfully in just a few hours. This simple doll with options is easy for the beginner and challenging for the intermediate doll maker interested in realistic dolls. The Basic Dollmaking doll is the perfect canvas to showcase your needlework by decorating wings or fins or clothes, or paint or embroidery or beading or your own favorite expression. There are only 6 basic pattern pieces plus a few optional choices, such as pointed toes, pointed ears, and flukes and wings. The well-shaped head has a choice of human or pointy attached ears and does not need a face when the doll is made for the display of your needlework. For the more adventurous, there is a fully needle-modeled face. It's easier than you think with my new directions. There is an easier way to stitch the eyes and make that cute mouth. There are no clothing patterns. Many doll makers will create entire character wardrobes for this doll. You have my permission to sell clothing patterns to fit it. Use this body design to create the doll of your dreams, a child, a fairy, an elf, or a merkid, to display your favorite form of needle art on the clothes, wings, or flukes. Here is a list of techniques you will learn. How to photograph your dolls. How to make and use templates. What to look for in stuffing materials. How to work with knits. How to determine fabric stretch. How to clean hand sewing needles. How to set up your sewing machine for doll making. How to take care of air-soluble markers. What kind of thread to use for doll making. How to clip seams. How to ladder stitch. How to select hemostats. How to make and use a stuffing tool. How to stuff a doll smoothly. How to make wired hands. How to make turning tools for very small fingers. How to turn fingers. How to wire ears. How to pin doll parts together with a smooth fit. How to attach wings to a fairy and flukes to a merkid. How to locate features on a face. How to make sure that your eyes are on the same plane and the same size. How to needle model a nose. How to needle model lips. How to make dimensional eyes. How to color the face. How to make needle lace. How to make thread painting. Jim and I have spent a lot of time on the internet looking at doll making tutorials. We have found that most of the tutorials are 4, 5, or 6-part pattern instructions with pictures, booklets, made available to students, 1 part at a time, for 4, 5, or 6 weeks, with an online interactive discussion group, including the doll designer and a virtual art gallery thrown in. You get to download the tutorial so you have a permanent copy, and you can stay in the discussion group while the class is running and for several months afterward until the next class starts. Most websites are charging $10 per part, or $40, $50, or $60 for the entire online class. That's a paper pattern broken into lessons and made into downloadable files with a restricted access-free Yahoo or free Google discussion group. The free groups include private picture galleries for each group member and a chat facility. We think we can do better, much better. Our first interactive tutorial has 10 lessons with almost 100 chapters. Some chapters are very short and some are way too long. You have access to the interactive tutorial for as long as you like. You can even download the lesson sheets and download the videos. And you get a free discussion group and art gallery that you can stay in indefinitely, the Screaming Mimes. I will visit the Screaming Mimes chat room for live discussions at times announced on the main email discussion board. But wait, there's more! Mimi's Basic Dollmaking has 34 video demonstrations. You can go at your own pace. You don't have to worry about the class ending before you can participate in the discussion group. You don't have to wait for a new class to begin. Everybody on the Screaming Mimis is working on my patterns or their own projects based on what they have learned and can help you. Jim and I read the discussions every day and help out whenever we are needed. The tutorial gets updated as we shoot new video or find easier ways to explain things. If you come back and do it again after a few months, you may find a lot of new things. Just check the What's New chapter in the introduction lesson for a dated list of changes. A lot of doll makers collect rather than actually make dolls from my patterns because they seem so complex. We have made our Basic Dollmaking Interactive tutorial as easy as possible. The Basic Dollmaking doll is so simple that a first-time doll maker can make it easily and successfully in just a few hours. There are only 6 pattern pieces for the basic doll. There are 8 additional pattern pieces for variations, like pointed toes, pointy ears, wings, and flukes. The best part is how little it costs. There are 10 lessons for only $30. That's a 70% discount over what you'd expect to pay anywhere else. Visit mimidolls.com or dollmakersjourney.com to sign up. When you open the Basic Dollmaking online tutorial, it looks like this. There is a navigation panel on the left and a content panel on the right. In the navigation panel, each lesson opens to provide detailed links to the chapters by subject. There are also direct links to videos by subject. Once you have selected your starting point, just use the Next or the Previous PREV buttons at the top of the content panel to move between chapters. In many places, there are both video demonstrations and detailed instructions to use after you have watched the video. Most subjects have detailed instructions with pictures. You cover the subject by scrolling down to the end of the lesson. And sometimes there are videos in the middle of the instructions, just where you need them. Occasionally, there will be a table comparing different ways of doing things, and illustrations that help you avoid problems. Visit mimidolls.com or dollmakersjourney.com and let's make a doll.